Hey, this is Vugar, a sales director from a software firm, and as always during these episodes we uncover how to close deals from A to Z, and today I'm going to talk about the deal I've closed a couple months ago with a large consulting firm with the help of my beautiful SDR who have sent out this great outreach message outlining, small personalization lines, a value proposition which is targeted to a particular account. And I want to point out this last line where he said postscriptum, hey, are you a fan of this particular football club? And you would be thinking, this is a small detail, nobody would pay attention to it. But the lead comes back with this message saying that actually his son is playing for this football club and he would be happy to speak. And I'm always fascinated about the small details that SDRs do in order to get attention from somebody. So never underplay them. It's actually, something that drags people to the meeting, and always include a little bit of personalization here and there just to stand out from the outreach. So we do schedule a call with an M&A team, and the leader comes back and says, I'm actually going to invite a couple of my members to the call. And whenever I have meetings, especially during first call, when there are more people and more customer personas on a call, I found those meetings just to have a better likelihood of a meeting going more productive, just because people ask more questions. There are more people who are potentially interested in your solution. So whenever you're pre-scheduling or pre-qualifying a lead, don't be afraid to just send out this line saying like, hey, is there anybody who might be interested in a solution like ours, or is there anybody in your mind who might find value in a product meeting like this? So we agreed to meet the IT team, and remember, during such meetings with C-level people from enterprise, you are likely to do, a one deal call, but you have to remember multiple things in mind. First of all, you really need to do a good discovery and understand the use cases even before you jump on the call. During the call, as I said, your discovery, your target questions, and your demo should be really on point. And obviously, you have to have a software that would specifically target unique customer needs, which are highly painful and also highly urgent. Now, if all those things come in the beautiful picture, you can get a one deal call and agree on even a budget. But most importantly, your entry business model should be really good at the end of the call. So you cannot ask for a 100K deal. I mean, theoretically you can, but you should have an entry model where the lead would agree that the budget they're going to span out for this particular software should be logical, right? It should be maybe between 5 to 15K deal that you can close as an entry model or go to market like a pilot or POC. And once you're in, you can then scale down. But remember, the entry business model is really important. So as we are targeting a one-call deal, right, as per se, our post-call communication should also be similar. So if you look at this email right here that I sent out, it really has a summary of points that I've discussed. It also has a business case and a required investment for a POC. And now this email could be forwarded to anybody across the room, right? Whether that's IT, additional stakeholders, finance teams. I have all the points in my summary because now, as I'm closing it through one call deal, I have to outline the concepts for every stakeholder that might look into this email. So again, as you look through this, you can see the challenges and the problems that I faced out, which are obviously targeting stakeholders who might be part of the team, my required business case if this is sent out to other teams, and also my investments that I need. So if that gets sent out to procurement or finance at any point, I have one piece of documentation which could be forwarded across the organization. So now if we take our discussion back to what we've done in the last episode, I've mentioned that, whenever you are speaking with C-level stakeholder and trying to penetrate a deal, you need to have a project manager who is going to take those steps during your cycle. And if you don't have that person, things can go wrong. So here again, everything looks beautiful. I do a good discovery, good demo, sell the project, agree a good business entry model. We go ahead, the leader is ready to take it. We just need to speak with IT. But the caveat is that I need to get connected with IT person. I don't know the right person, and it's on my leader, not anybody else across the team, who needs to connect me to IT. And you might imagine, right, it's just an email, or maybe just one phone, or maybe just one meeting in the room. But for a C-level person to allocate that time in order to meet an IT person, it's really, a painful exercise because it has to be part of their priorities. And the lead does come back with this message saying, look, thank you, Vugar. I will speak to IT next week and we'll take it from there. So again, this is great news, right? I've managed to get the C-level person to prioritize it and speak with IT, but unfortunately, I don't hear back during that week. And again, it has nothing to do with your software needs or anything else. It's just a matter of priorities for this particular person. So what you can do here as a salesperson, you cannot be frustrated or angry or try to push it or make it more urgent. you have to supply them with content or information which will promote the internal discussions. For example, if he's speaking with IT, one thing I can do is send him an email covering some of the details which are IT related about our software, which he can use to forward and speak with the IT person. So I send this email, covering main details about our solution, how we work with data, which will be really relevant to forward to the IT person. And by making this action, I can promote the internal action on their side. So if I were to wrap it up for you in terms of an idea, you really need to make actions which will promote internal steps if you're not seeing internal steps to be taken. So he's not coming back, unfortunately, yet, but I take another week, I wait, I be patient, and then, I don't know why, I just decide to hit him with a straight question. A stupid follow-up like here, hey, this is Vogar from DeckRobot. I was just curious if you had a chance to speak with IT. And he comes back and says, look, I'm still struggling with my projects and timelines, and it will take just a little bit longer for me to align internally. And I really thank you for the patience. And I come back with this email saying, look, dude, no problem. Do you think there is anybody in the team you can delegate this part of the job to in terms of speaking with IT? I can also connect with IT myself, and you can just copy me in one of the letters I've sent you, and I can speak with them and make sure that we have covered the IT. Now, obviously you can sense a level of experience right now because I'm obviously more experienced in terms of how to communicate with leads, and I think this is a really good reply because what I've done is I gave him two things. First, I said, let me go and do it myself. You don't have to do anything. If you can't take an action right now and I'm promoting you to take an action and you still can't do it, let me do it for you, right? And second thing is, if you don't want me to do it, go delegate somebody from a project management team and let them take an action, right? So I've done really good things here, but I'm still not getting where I want to be. So as you've noticed, during the messages I've sent via my CEO LinkedIn, I really push for an in-person meeting. And the reason is because in-person meetings really escalate things really fast. Never underplay them, and whenever you have a chance to use them, please do. Now, I send a message in a couple of weeks. As I said, I give the guy a couple of weeks. And I say, look, coming back in a couple of weeks, I wonder if we can schedule a meeting in Zurich because I'm just 20 minutes away from your office. And the lead comes back and says, look, I'm still underwater. I think we should catch up in the new year. And it happens. Sometimes you have to delay things. And, I've done all I could, to be honest, at this point. Well, thinking from a sales perspective, I've even used my exec, power to try and push for a meeting, but I cannot just simply fit it in this year. And it's simply because the backlog of things that they have on their end is huge enough. And your product is just simply not a priority. And at some point, it's absolutely fine just to take a pause, maybe for 2 to 3 weeks, and give the lead some time to wrap up the client priorities. Because remember, the client-facing stuff will always be important for them rather than the products that you're trying to sell, especially if you're selling into consulting, sales, or any client-facing teams. And as you can see, using my CEO profile, I'm really pushing for an in-person meeting. And the reason I'm doing it is because you can never underplay the importance of in-person meetings. They can really escalate your deals. And what you're going to do over Teams or Zoom for maybe 2 to 3 to 5 calls, you can do in one call. So I send out a message, I give him a couple of weeks and say, hey dude, I'm going to be in town in a couple of weeks. I'm actually 20 minutes away from Zurich office. Do you want to arrange an IT meeting? And he comes back with a message saying, look dude, we're still backlogged. I cannot give you time right now and we need to push out for a new year. Now, you might be thinking, what's going on? And I'll tell you what's going on. You're simply interacting with a client-facing team who is prioritizing client-facing meetings right now over you. And whenever you're selling into sales teams or customer success teams or consulting teams who are engaging with client and are revenue-driven teams, you might find out that they cannot just simply prioritize you because they have client responsibilities. And it's absolutely fine to just hold off for a couple of weeks and not do anything and give them some time to clear the backlog and meet a new year. Sometimes taking a pause is absolutely okay, as long as you know that this is going to be part of the priorities and you have a precise timeline when you're going to regroup. So I take a couple weeks, I wait a little bit, and just before Christmas, we send out this email saying, hey, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. We've just sent out a little, chocolate box to your Zurich office No pressure to take it during the New Year's. Come back and take it over. We just wish you a Merry Christmas. And it's absolutely great move from us, to be honest, because we just want to nurture them. And a box of chocolate is not going to make anything. It's not going to move your deal forward, right? You're not bribing anybody, but you're just nurturing them and really keeping them in their mind before they go to a new year, right? It's a good midpoint to do, and it's a good action from a salesperson just to make sure that you're still in that priority line when they come back. And when you send an email, they still remember who you are. So the lead comes back with this email saying, I'm happy to chat, let's meet in the office in a couple of weeks. And then I send out my C-level, my CEO, to Zurich, to the office. Really important take, guys, here. Don't afraid to take your C-level and your seniors to the meetings and close the business for you. As especially a seller in the early stage startup, don't be shy to approach people, because your sole job as a salesperson is to make sure that the business is won. So do everything in your power and don't be shy to engage your senior guys and let them close the business for you. So my CEO goes to Zurich, he meets the team, he comes back calling me saying, everything went great. They're ready to move forward. We wrapped up the IT questions and green lights. We need to give them a couple options in the proposal and send them out a contract. We won the business. I come out excited, really happy, sending this email out saying, look, here are your options for 20, 30, 40 licenses, whatever you want to choose. Here is an agreement attachment, and we really look forward to working with you. And then the IT and legal person comes back with this email saying, thank you so much for sending out those options. We'll choose one. We want to register you in our procurement system. Please send out the details. And now I know we're really into the admin stuff and we really want the business and we just need to wrap up. So we push out the contract to legal, we get the review done in a couple of weeks. Remember here, as I always say, really important to keep a relationship with your champion or somebody who is driving the deal, who can, escalate and speed up the legal department, because they are rarely going to get directly in touch with you. So we push out the deal, we wrap up the legal, and we close the contract. We won the business and everybody's happy. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy these episodes of me uncovering deals from A to Z, feel free to subscribe, like, and tell your friends. We also are soon to release an AI-based tool that's actually going to help you uncover your deals from the moment you reach out to somebody to the moment you actually close the deal. It's called Birdiva, so birdiva.com, feel free to sign up, and the first 100 people are actually going to get a free trial. So if you want to get early registration, go to birdiva.com, put your email, and we'll be in touch very soon. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you soon.